Hello, hello, hello. I want to talk to you guys about some things concerning our health. And so first and foremost, I want to introduce myself. I am Kai Smith, a certified trichologist, and I am passionate about helping women identify the causes of their hair loss, as well as helping my colleagues identify hair loss behind the chair. And so today we are going to be talking about being a vegan or vegetarian and the way that can affect us with the health craze and our meat being tainted and all of this stuff happened. They put things on the news today and it's good for us to do. Tomorrow it's not good for us to do. We just feel like we're schizophrenic when it comes to our health. I know I do sometimes. Feel like, I'm schizophrenic. One day I should do this, the next day I shouldn't do that. My health is being affected when I do this or not do that. And so you become confused and you really don't know what sources to trust, right? Am I the only one who feels like that? And so with that, I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of researching because my job as a hair loss advocate is to be able to support my clients, to support the woman who has questions, who has a desire to heal, to become better. And so with all the health craze going back and forth, feeling schizophrenic and like you really don't know what to do, you kind of just don't do anything, or you just figure, I'm just gonna do whatever because I'm gonna die anyway, right? That's some of our approach. They tell me this one day and they tell me don't do that the next day. Heck, I'm just gonna do what I want to do and just let it be and be happy. But a lot of us decided that we don't want to eat meat, or some of us decided that we don't want to eat meat and dairy products. We don't want to consume anything from animal fat. And so with that, it starts posing as a problem. And a lot of us are oblivious that it poses as a problem, and we don't find out until we're all the way in that thing and we don't even know what happened or when it happened. We just look up one day and we're losing our hair. And so I want to talk about what the body is composed of, because when I come and give you information, I don't just know how to take the shortcut. I got to give you a full dissertation and do a whole lecture. Professor Kai Smith wants to do a lecture because I want to make sure that you understand why you're doing what you're doing and the pros and the cons about why you're doing what you're doing, instead of just doing something and then you find out about some of the adverse effects later. Right? You guys with me? You following me? But protein. What is protein? The whole body is composed of protein. We always say hair is composed of protein. Hair is not the only thing composed of protein. The whole body is composed of protein. And I just want to say this really quick to you guys. Let's shift our perspective when we're thinking about our hair, because we want to compartmentalize our hair cells from the rest of our body cells. And cells are cells are cells. I say this all the time. Cells of the body are all one, and they're just distributed to different sections of the body, different body systems, okay? And so not only the hair cells are made of protein, not only the hair is made of protein, but all of the entire body is composed of protein. Why? Because protein is necessary for any living organism on this earth. Protein is necessary. Protein is a part of anything that's living on this earth. It consists of protein. And so let's think of protein. I've heard it put like this before. Let's think of protein as the alphabets, right? We wouldn't have words without the alphabets, right? So we take the alphabet and we string together letters to create words. So let's look at the protein like letters to create words, because we need amino acids. Amino acids are building blocks to proteins. I'm giving y'all a little science right now. Welcome to the world of Kai Smith, the trichologist. Now, amino acids are building blocks to proteins. When you link those amino acids together in a chain, it's considered a polypeptide, right? Polypeptide, that's many amino acids linked together, polypeptide chain linked together. And when those amino acids, the building blocks, and there are 20 different amino acids, when they're all linked together, and not every amino acid is in all of the polypeptide chains. there are 20, but not all 20 amino acids are connected in every polypeptide chain. Just like not all the alphabets, not all 26 alphabets are connected to one word. You extract different alphabets to create small words, big words, medium-sized words, right? And so that's the way amino acids are built, to create different forms of protein in the body, because there are different types of protein created in the body based on those building blocks, which are amino acids that are linked together to create those polypeptide chains, right? That are the building blocks to the protein. So based on which 20 of those amino acids are linked together, that's going to dictate what type of protein is created in the body for whatever the function it's being created for, right? Now that we got that out the way, we all know that meat, animal fat, is a large source of protein, right? And so we need protein in the body, in our diet, because the body creates proteins, but we have to constantly replenish the body by what we eat. That's the organic way to replenish the body with protein. And what the protein does, in order for our cells to regenerate, which is known as cell division, in order for cell division or mitosis to happen, the parent cell, which is the one cell, the parent cell has to divide, and it will make two cells, which are known as the daughter cells. We have trillions and trillions upon trillions of cells in our body, and our body is regenerating several cells, like thousands and thousands upon thousands of cells daily. The biggest regenerator of cells is our skin, because our skin is the largest organ. Our skin is our protector organ. It protects our body from bacteria and the environment and everything else, right? Just as our hair protects our body, our skin, from things. The skin protects the organs. We have the cutaneous layers of skin and the subcutaneous layers of skin. The subcutaneous layers of skin is where our fatty tissues, where our body stores fat. And now I'm getting kind of real deep into the science, because it's what I do and it's what I love, and I have to know this in order to keep y'all hair on y'all head, right? Because what y'all fail to understand is that it's deeper than just the beautification of your hair. It's deeper than just you slapping some edge control on it, slapping some essential oil, as y'all like to do, slapping the essential oil on your hair, and slapping some gel, or slapping a flat iron to your head, or whatever it is that you're doing to your hair. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. And so we have to understand how the body functions in order to understand the foods that we need to eat to support cell regeneration, cellular division. Because if we don't replenish our body with the proteins that we need on a daily basis, then your hair is a non-essential tissue. So guess what, y'all? If the body isn't getting enough protein, because once again, protein is going to produce energy in the cells in order for them to reproduce. About 1 gram of protein is essential to 4 calories and energy in the cell. And if you're not getting enough energy, then your cells cannot regenerate properly, which in turn will offset your growth cycle. It will trigger your growth cycle in the middle of the growth stage. It will prematurely trigger it to go into the resting phase, so that it completely stops growing. And what does it do? It rests. And when you rest, you relax and you let go. And that hair lets go of the follicle. And it's the next thing you know, you have excessive shedding. You're shedding more than 50 to 100 strands of hair a day. And then on top of that, your hair is not reproducing like it's supposed to, because the hair is committing hairicide because it's lacking protein. Because the hair is protein, right? Keratin, it's protein. And so we have to understand the essentials. So not only does the body need protein, the body needs a balanced diet of protein, carbs, and fats. Because all of those 3 elements together creates the energy that our cells need in order to reproduce properly. In order to keep the hair in the anagen phase, which is your growing phase, the way it's supposed to be. Otherwise, we're walking around with a diffused type of hair loss, meaning diffused all over. Your hair is thinning all over due to telogen effluvium, and your hair is looking thin. However, the good news is that this type of hair loss is temporary. Once you get your body back on track and you get your diet back sustained, your hair will start regrowing. However, the thing is, you could be a vegan or a vegetarian for 3 months before this hair loss starts occurring, because the body has a lag system. It's not going to show up immediately. It's going to take a lag. It could take up to 3 months for you to notice that you're losing hair because you had a dietary change, right? And so 3 months later, you're not tripping that you changed your diet. You're not really thinking, you're not using that. You're looking at everything that's happening right now when you woke up. You're looking at that thing causing that thing that's as the blame for your hair loss. But we got to go 3 months back to look at what's happening and why it's happening. Okay? And so the thing for us to remember is protein supports every body's system. Skeletal system, circulatory system, kidneys, immune system. And if your immune system isn't being supported properly, then you're setting yourself up for other diseases because your cells aren't regenerating to ward off the foreign invaders. Not only does it support those systems and the rest of your body systems, it supports your hair, your skin, your nails, your collagen. So you're not reproducing any of those things like you're supposed to. There's a deficiency there. And a lack of protein can also bring on the onset of depression. So there are a host of things. So you need to do your research. Now, I'm not saying that you have to eat meat in order to acquire protein in your diet. But what I am saying is you need to be aware of why you need protein so that you don't just willy-nilly say, I'm going to quit eating meat. I ain't going to eat meat for 30 days. I ain't going to eat meat. Or some people just quit eating it altogether. And I'm going to also let you in on a little secret that not every blood type is supposed to eliminate meat from their diet. It depends on what blood type you are. And just as a little insight, if you are an O blood type, which is the archaic, the caveman blood type, you need meat in your diet. Your body will suffer tremendously from not getting meat if you're an O blood type, because it's the oldest blood type. And back then, cavemen hunted for their food, and they ate animals, which is protein. So it depends on what your blood type is. It's going to basically determine the foods that you should eat. Because if you're eating the wrong foods for your blood type, it in turn sets up inflammation. Another broadcast. I'll give y'all that tidbit and my 2 cents on that on another day. But just FYI, not everybody should be eliminating meat from their diet, because O blood types need meat in their diet in order to sustain. Okay? So, with that, when you become a vegan or a vegetarian, and that is your choice for whatever the reasons is that you choose to do that, make sure that you research other alternatives for your protein, because you need protein. You will suffer tremendously with all other types of illnesses. So just make sure that when you make decisions, you make them based on the facts, and not because somebody else is doing it and you like the way they look, they losing weight because they doing it and this and that. You don't know what their blood type is. And now I will tell you that the amount of protein that you need on a daily basis is based on your weight, just as is everything else. It's based on your weight, and men and women need different amounts of protein on a daily basis. So it's based on your weight. Just like when you drink water, it's not just your standardized 8 ounce glasses of water a day. It's based on your weight. It's based on your weight, because your cells and everything are based on the size of the body. I want to tell you that spirulina is an algae that contains high amounts of proteins, and it also contains B vitamins and antioxidants, and it's a very, very good source for supplementing protein. It can come in a powder form. They have some pill forms. If you'd like to juice or do smoothies, you can dump that in there, and you can also get some of your protein for the day too. So just make sure you do your research before you jump off into it. If you want to be vegan or vegetarian, hey, that's all good. Do your thing, but make sure you're healthy while you're doing it. because you don't want to cause any health issues trying to be healthier, and you're making it worse on yourself. Okay, so I hope that this information supported you and served you very well. I enjoy doing what I do. I love educating you guys on the facts and dispelling myths all the time. And until then, you guys be good to yourselves, and I will talk to you later. Good night.